Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time since we've seen Billy here. I do apologize. It's been at least four weeks or so since I've uploaded the last Fallout 4 video. But now I'm back. I'm back to hopefully upload at least one every day because I am extremely excited to get back to this game. Things have been a little bit tough for me, and that's why there's been a lack of videos on my channel, especially these last 3 months. If you guys don't know what happened, I did a video back in September explaining what was happening. Anywho, I wanted to start off 2016 on a good note, something different. Do something that I love, which is exactly this, recording videos for you guys. Anywho, what is this video about? Well, mods. That is right. I am going to install, or I've already installed, a few mods for Fallout 4. Now, I know there are people out there that are all about playing Fallout 4 or any game vanilla. Throw vanilla first, at least as a first experience. But I really don't give a shit about that, to be honest with you. I believe it's a Bethesda game, and Bethesda games need to be modded because the mods are amazing, I gotta say. And the modding community for this one, definitely no different. They are a full force. They're coming out with mods every single day, and some of them are actually quite good. Anywho, I am going to talk a little bit about the mods that I've installed, so at least you guys have an understanding of the changes that I've made for Fallout 4. Now, the mods I've installed are not mechanical game-changing mods. The shooting is still the same, everything's exactly the same. The only thing that really changes, I guess mechanically, but not really, is a mod called Configurable New Dialogue. And what this does is that it actually shows you the question or whatever you're about to say a little bit more specifically instead of what the vanilla game shows you, which is a little bit vague, to be honest with you. I didn't like it. I found myself picking something that I thought I would say, but instead he would say something else that I was like, what? Really? That's what you're going to say? It was a little confusing, and I'm actually confusing myself by talking about it. But anywho, yes, I've installed a mod. It's called Configurable New Dialogue. Another one I've installed is called the Armorsmith Extended, and what this does is that it pretty much extends the armor of what you could wear. So for instance, there's some pieces of armor like helmets that you can't wear with bandanas or vice versa. That's a really small example, but this mod, I guess, allows that to happen. So you could really customize your character the way you want him to, in terms of what he's wearing. Next one is called Better Item Sorting. Better Item Sorting is pretty much this. If you go into my inventory, you'll see now that there's this brackets. So it shows you actually chem, medicine, food. It kind of breaks it all down, so it's easy to find things. I think it's a very nice mod. It makes things a little bit easier for you, especially when you're trying to do inventory management, and especially when you suck at it, like I do. Next one is the enhanced blood textures. No explanation for that one. Pretty much it enhances the blood textures. Easy peasy. Next one, improved map with visible roads. There you go. Now, there are invisible roads on the map itself, while the older map didn't have that. And I found that a little bit too weird. You'd figure that the Pip-Boy would have, a pretty good precise map of Boston, or area, at least. Next one would be the lowered weapons. Yes, that is correct. This one's pretty simple. That's what it does. That's what you see. It does that. It doesn't point the gun like it always does. When you're walking around and you're looking for things and you're not shooting anybody, the gun's always pointed. But this one actually allows him to rest it on his arms like that, which is very nice and more realistic. Next one is called My HUD. Now, if you look at my HUD, yes, the color has changed. That's part of the vanilla. But it is a little bit more compact. As you guys see, it's a little bit smaller. It's nicer to look at visually. And also, I've changed it so I can see the enemy on my radar. That is right. So no more enemy. I at least visually seeing the enemy on my radar. I have to be extremely careful in when I'm sneaking. And that's another thing I've changed too, is with this mod, is that the stealth meter is gone. So I don't know when I'm actually, caught or hidden, which is quite nice. I mean, if you guys notice, a lot of these mods are more for immersiveness and making the game a little bit more realistic. Next one. This one's actually a good one. This one's no more cash register sound when XP gained. Yes, that is right. I was getting really annoyed with the ding sound, so I removed it with that mod. Next one is called the Pip-Boy Shadows, and what this does is that whenever you're wearing a headlamp or you turn on the Pip-Boy light, it casts realistic shadows, apparently. So, I don't know. I really never paid attention to it before, but apparently it works nicely. Next one would have to be the Simple Intersection. What this mod does is more for the settlement building, and what it does is that when you're putting up fencing, sometimes there's these gaps where you can't actually place a fence next to another fence, so it leaves these big gaps. And with Simple Intersection, you can actually could put a fence right next to another one and hardly have any gap visible between them, which is quite nice. And it does other things too, but that's definitely one of the things that it changes. Next one is called The Wanderer. Actually, you know what? The Wanderer, forget about that one. That one's kind of stupid. This one's actually a main menu change. So whenever you go to the main menu, it shows you the Wanderer trailer that they created for release. So forget about that one. But if you guys are interested in, if you have the game and you're interested in that one, it's actually quite nice. It shows you the trailer over and over again, and with that awesome song, by the way. The next one, and probably the biggest one I've changed, is called True Storms. Now, what this one does is that it really enhances the storms in Fallout 4. So when you, have a thunderstorm, it's quite drastic. And when there's radiation, sandstorms, it's quite crazy. When it's foggy, it's extremely foggy. And also, it makes the nights a little bit darker. Not extremely dark, but a little bit darker, which is nice and realistic. And we're going to give it a try. See if it's, worth, I guess, the time, because it might be a little bit tough doing a Let's Play when there's like a huge storm outside and I can't do nothing. Next one is called Value Per Weight Indicator. And what this does, very simple, is that it adds this, this line here saying value over weight, and it's 500. So it helps you pretty much determine what is valuable and what is not per weight. So at least we know what to drop and what to keep. Makes inventory management a little bit easier, at least. Last but not least, Vivid Fallout. And what this does is that it pretty much just enhances the textures a little bit. It makes them a little bit more high definition. And they look actually very nice. And apparently, the mod maker said that his version, even though it looks much better than the vanilla version, it is a little bit easier on your system, which is actually quite nice. So for those that have been having troubles playing the game at a constant 60 or 30 frames per second, look out for that mod. It can maybe help you out and make the game look much better too. Anywho, I think that is all. If I do install anything else, I'll let you guys know. But, I think we're ready to rock and roll for 2016. And I hope you guys also had a great end of the year, holidays and New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And that 2016 brings you guys much happiness, joy, and health. And prosperity, of course. Because, what are we without prosperity? We're nothing.